Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is our Arise News analyst, Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Victoria, Tundu, MKO, Abiola.
Good morning.
Yes, Abiola trending over the weekend on this desk. Well, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, Obasanjo, Buhari is overwhelmed. Nigeria is serious situation. Agrees with federal lawmakers that nowhere is safe again. ACF, Afenifere, PDP caution against use of mercenaries to fight terrorists. 7 of 11 coaches derailed to safety after train attack, 80 meters of affected track repaired. And of course, just beside the photograph, there's also a story there. The upper photograph, 2023, presidency says PDP governors are delusional. Yes, the presidency fired back at PDP governors over their reading of the situation in the country, and they've come out to say so clearly that things are not looking good for Nigeria, well, under the APC watch. But the presidency, I thought, would rather address some of these issues and what they are doing to ameliorate the situation. But Garba Shehu said, well, under PDP, politicians stole the salaries of soldiers. I don't know how that addressed the situation. We also know that in the fight against insecurity, the reason given by the United States and some other Western countries not selling weapons to Nigeria was that Nigerian soldiers are violating human rights of terrorists. But again, under this administration, we've had $1 billion taken from the excess crude account, approved, of course, by the National Economic Council for purchase of ammunitions, including Tucano aircraft, which we got from the US. That seemed not to have changed the equation. Rather, bandits, terrorists are getting bolder by the day, striking trains, going to the airports, and of course, truly, as former President Obasanjo puts it, nowhere seems to be safe. But we must also state that the insecurity is not limited to the northern part of the country. It is widespread, as we shall see in some of the reports, the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. The Punch newspaper, PDP backs Obasanjo at Adeboye's fears over killings. 2023 elections. Buhari government overwhelmed. Nigerians no longer safe on roads, trains, airports, says ex-president. I am not sure if 2023 election will hold, says RCCG General Overseer. Laments crude oil theft. Well, all hands on deck, all plans are in place for 2023 general elections to take place. Well, the General Overseer is not looking at any crystal ball. He has not heard from God. Perhaps he's just expressing his doubts because he said, well, he has not heard from God, hence he has not made any statement. But generally, there's that fear that given the level of insecurity in the country, will people feel safe going to the polls? But again, we've had that in the past where parts of this country seemed ungovernable at a time, but when it got to the election, were able to bring peace, and votes were harvested from those locations. So I don't think 2023 will be different. Politicians will go around and ensure that votes are gotten from every nook and cranny. And INEC has not expressed any doubt about its capacity to conduct election, but of course there has to be security for Nigerians who go out to vote, for electoral officials who will go out there to conduct elections, including young Nigerians who are doing their National Youth Service right now. Now, the Nation newspaper, the lead story, ACF to federal government, wage total war on terrorist bandits. Forum opposes use of mercenaries. Gunmen intensify killings, arsons in Anambra, Imo. But I just want to look at one story. Above the masthead of the Nation newspaper, yes, Bola Ige mother, Omishore replies, Soyinka, yes, Iyola Omishore, the secretary of the people of the All Progressive Congress, the newly elected secretary of the party. Of course, Professor Wole Soyinka came out to express strong words about somebody, in his words, who was the prime suspect, in quote now, on the Bola Ige murder, being made the secretary of the ruling party. But Iyola Omishore has responded. He said, well, as brilliant as Professor Soyinka is, he is no doubt has the monopoly of knowledge. And he went further to say, if the court of the land has vindicated a man, it is naive of him, after nearly a decade, to link Senator Iyola Omishore to further search. And of course, he added, civil and criminal law knowledge should tell professor to ask his cousin, OBJ, for the murder. Well, that's Iyola Omishore was responding to Professor Wole Soyinka. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, the lead story, insecurity has overwhelmed Buhari's government. OBJ Adeboye. Now, I will just move over to the Guardian newspaper. Amid pressure on Naira, experts profile options to shore up Forex. Naira risk worst plunge. Market differentials at all-time high of 173 Naira to the dollar. Political risk, global move towards higher interest rates, worsened situation. Dollarization of investment savings intensifies. Naira will hit all points of no return if FX is liberalized. Fast forward once. Yes, the Guardian newspaper is reporting that confronted by the depleting foreign exchange reserves, dwindling foreign capital, heightened political risk, narrowing fiscal space, and alleged poor performance, Naira risk worst level of debasement than the country has witnessed in recent times. Analysts and experts, they are suggesting that the monetary authority may have exhausted its tools as the economy battles unending fiscal drawbacks. I'm not sure Godwin Emefiele, the governor of Central Bank, will agree that the monetary authorities have exhausted their tools and is thinking day and night how to make the Naira strong. Godwin Emefiele, lot of job to do there. Now, the Vanguard newspaper, the lead story, federal government borrows 2.2 trillion from local investors. Demand for bonds, treasury bills up 75% to 4 trillion naira. Banks idle cash with CBN up by 126%. Now, if we look at other stories there, mercenaries, ACF, ex-IGP, former DSS director disagree with El-Rufai. Northwest governors hold government accountable for, say, security experts. Yes, Nasir El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, frustrated, and is saying that if the federal government is not forthcoming, Kaduna State, working with neighboring states, may just have to engage mercenaries. But how he would do that, I don't know, because he doesn't control the military. Is he going to set up his own armed force? Well, we just have to. But I think that statement is out of frustration that the Nigerian military has not been able to curtail these bandits, terrorists, who go about killing, maiming, and destroying the property of innocent Nigerians. Still on the front page of Vanguard, of course, there's another story there. Bandits attack Akwa Ibom, evacuates 34 citizens from Katsina. It was trending video of some indigenes of Akwa Ibom, residents in Katsina State, that's the president's home state, by the way, who were attacked, property destroyed, and were stranded. Of course, Akwa Ibom had to evacuate their citizens from Katsina State, the state of the president. Now, the Daily Independent newspaper, experts urge Naira devaluation to curb external imbalances. Say measure will bring more forex trading to official markets, won't improve trading with other countries on non-oil sector. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, 2023, Atiku, Wike, Ayim, Obi, others, no fate tomorrow. PDP panel decides on zoning. Well, Rufai, you were talking about us bringing our, is it 5011 you said?
10th 11.
10th. But all these names, you say we don't have first 11 among all these names? Well, don't be, you seem to be unkind to our politicians. Amongst the lot, I think the parties should try and get the best. And even if we cannot get the best from the APC and PDP, can we look elsewhere? Mogalu ran on the ticket of another party. Nigerians did not give him a chance. So perhaps this time we should look beyond APC, PDP, if we don't see the right candidates. Well, it's for all of us to do that. Now, if we look at the foreign newspapers quickly, now the Times of London, civilians shot in the streets, retreating Russians accused of genocide. Butcher victims, hands were bound, execution style. That's the allegation. The Daily Telegraph also reporting on the Ukraine war, allies want Putin to face justice. Johnson condemned murder of hundreds by Russian troops and promises help to bring charges in The Hague. While the Financial Times is reporting EU plans fresh Russia sanction as evidence grows of war crimes. Calls for full oil and gas embargo. Scenes of mass civilian deaths. Kremlin denies claim of genocide. Robert Rufai and Tundu.
Well, unfortunately, we've run out of time. So we just would like to thank you very much, Emmanuel.